Well, you can't quite call it an invasion, but city parks and fields are being filled with vast numbers of ground squirrels. And those little animals are digging big numbers of holes all over the place, ruining fields. But the city of Winnipeg has to go back to the drawing board to find a way to control those numbers, because as CTV's Jon Hendricks shows you, a controversial plan to gas the critters has been denied by the province.
This Richardson ground squirrel and a lot more like him have been granted a stay of execution. The province has officially rejected a plan from the city of Winnipeg to use the pesticide known as Giant Destroyer to control the ground squirrel populations in parks and sports fields.
I think this is an absolutely huge win for animals.
Caitlin Mitchell from Animal Justice says the use of Giant Destroyer, a sulfur gas compound, would have caused unnecessary suffering to the animals. Especially, she says, because the control program was to begin in May.
So waiting until May means that you're basically waiting for animals to reproduce so that you can gas not only the parents but also the babies.
I am quite disappointed in the province's decision.
Community Services Committee Chair Vivian Santos says there are thousands of these squirrels and they're destroying city fields and parks, leaving gaping holes that are dangerous for adults and children. She worries about what might happen if nothing is done to control their numbers.
This year, about 8 of our parks could be deemed unusable and potentially closed for recreational play such as baseball and soccer.
And Mayor Scott Gillingham says you can't simply shovel dirt into the holes and expect that will solve the problem.
I grew up on a farm. A lot of gophers, a lot of ground squirrels. If you fill in a hole, that hole will be emptied by that ground squirrel within hours. So we have to find another way.
In a statement to CTV News, Environment Minister Mike Moyes writes in part, the province is open to considering alternative control methods that demonstrate a balanced approach, addressing both operational needs and the environmental values expressed by the public. But what those alternate control methods might be is unclear at the moment. The city of Winnipeg tells CTV News it doesn't have a backup plan. Councillor Vivian Santos says the city is considering appealing the decision to the Environment Minister. Jon Hendricks, CTV News, Winnipeg.